Good evening. This is Akashvani and I'm Naresh Mago with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the country will not compromise even an inch of land at the borders, celebrates Diwali with armed forces in Kutch in Gujarat. Prime Minister leads the nation on Rashtriya Ekta Divas celebrations at Statue of Unity, urges citizens to embrace spirit of India's unity in diversity. Festival of Lights Diwali being celebrated with great enthusiasm and religious fervor across the country. U.S. presidential candidates Kamala Harris and Donald Trump try to woo the voters ahead of Election Day on November 5. And in cricket, India to face New Zealand in third and final test in Mumbai tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that today the country has a government that will not compromise even an inch of land at the borders. He emphasized that government policies are aligned with the resolve of the armed forces. Mr. Modi was speaking while celebrating Diwali with personnel from the BSF, Army, Navy and Air Force at Lakki Nala in Creek area, Kutch, Gujarat.
हमारी नेवी की मौजूदगी में सर क्रीक और कच्छ की तरफ अब कोई आंख उठाने की भी हिम्मत नहीं करता है। आज देश में एक ऐसी सरकार है जो देश की सीमा के एक इंच से भी समझौता नहीं कर सकती।
The Prime Minister lauded the willpower and courage of the armed forces. He said the soldiers have proven themselves under every challenging condition. He said that security personnel stand firm in the most inhospitable places to protect the country. Mr. Modi said that the government is making efforts to modernize the armed forces on self-reliant basis.
आज हम अपनी सेनाओं को, हमारे सुरक्षा बलों को आधुनिक संसाधनों से लैस कर रहे हैं। हम हमारी सेनाओं को विश्व की सबसे आधुनिक मिलिट्री फोर्सेस की कतार में खड़ा कर रहे हैं। हमारे इन प्रयासों का आधार है रक्षा क्षेत्र में आत्मनिर्भर भारत।
Since 2014, Mr. Modi has been celebrating Diwali with soldiers posted in various corners of the country. The Prime Minister today emphasized the spirit of unity and warned the countrymen against divisive powers that aim to break the integrity of the nation. Addressing the Rashtriya Ekta Divas celebrations in Ekta Nagar, Kevadia of Gujarat on the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Prime Minister underscored that the spirit of national unity is crucial for achieving the vision of Vikasit Bharat over the next 25 years. He stated that during the last 10 years, his government has been constantly strengthening the spirit of one nation in all its policies and decisions.
हमने वन नेशन वन टैक्स सिस्टम जीएसटी बनाया। वन नेशन वन पावर ग्रिड से देश के पावर सेक्टर को मजबूत किया। हमने वन नेशन वन राशन कार्ड से गरीबों को मिलने वाली सुविधाओं को एक साथ जोड़ दिया। हमने आयुष्मान भारत के रूप में वन नेशन वन हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस की सुविधा देश के जन जन को दी है। हमारे इन प्रयासों के तहत ही अब हम वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन पर काम कर रहे हैं।
Emphasizing national unity, the Prime Minister said there are several challenges before the country that are posing threats to the unity and security of the nation. Mr. Modi urged the citizens to remain vigilant and to embrace the spirit of India's unity in diversity.
हिंदुस्तान विविधता वाला देश है। हम विविधता को सेलिब्रेट करेंगे, तभी एकता मजबूत होगी। आने वाले 25 साल एकता के लिहाज से बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। इसलिए एकता के इस मंत्र को हमें कभी भी कमजोर नहीं पड़ने देना है। हर झूठ का मुकाबला करना है। एकता के मंत्र को जीना है।
Earlier in the morning, the Prime Minister offered floral tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel at Statue of Unity in Ekta Nagar. He also administered the Ekta Divas pledge to the people and witnessed the Ekta Divas parade. In Sikkim, Rashtriya Ekta Divas was marked at Paljor Stadium in Gangtok and different parts of the state today. Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang was the chief guest at the program held at Paljor Stadium. The event was also attended by cabinet ministers, MLAs, members of parliament, deputy mayor of Gangtok Municipal Corporation and other senior officials. The Chief Minister administered the Rashtriya Ekta Divas pledge to the attendees. The Rashtriya Ekta Divas was also celebrated at the residence of the Governor of Sikkim, O.P. Mathur. In commemoration of the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Voltaire Railway Division conducted the Run for Unity at Visakhapatnam today. Senior Divisional Personnel Officer and Senior Divisional Safety Officer led the gathering from the DRM office to Visakhapatnam Railway Station Junction and back. Officials, staff from various departments, sports persons and civil defence personnel participated in the Run for Unity. The Festival of Lights, Diwali, is being celebrated with great enthusiasm across the country today. The festival marks the victory of good over evil. On the occasion, President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have extended their wishes to the countrymen. Our correspondent reports that in the national capital Delhi, temples, houses and several markets are illuminated with colourful lights and diyas.
In Delhi, people have decorated the entrance of their homes with colorful rangolis and diyas to welcome Ma Lakshmi. Major markets including Lajpat Nagar, Karol Bagh, Connaught Place, Chandni Chowk, INA and Sarojini Nagar Market are illuminating with Diwali festival vibes. People are celebrating the festival with their family and friends. Meanwhile, several agencies including the fire department, police and hospitals are ready to deal with any untoward incident. Talking to Akashvani News, Director of Delhi Fire Service Atul Garg said that elaborate arrangements are in place. He said that DFS has made 36 fire posts across the city to respond faster to any fire-related incident. In view of deteriorating air quality in the city, burst, sale and storage of all types of firecrackers are prohibited till the 1st January of the next year. With Rahisuddin Rihan, Saklayan Akhtar, Akashvani News, Delhi.
In Bihar, temples, iconic buildings and houses have been illuminated with colourful lights on the occasion. More from our correspondent.
Signature buildings like Gyan Bhavan, Sardar Patel Bhavan, Bapu Tower and famous temple like Mahavir Mandir in Patna are creating spectacular scenes with attractive light. With the wish of prosperity and good health, Ganesh and Lakshmi Puja are being performed on the occasion. Handmade diya are also being used in houses which signify our old tradition. Due to a series of awareness programs and people's participation in making a clean environment, use of crackers have also decreased across the state. In urban areas, a large number of people are celebrating Green Diwali, this time in a commitment to pollution-free Diwali. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, Akashvani News, Patna.
Deepavali is being celebrated with great enthusiasm across Karnataka. We have a report from our correspondent.
From the bustling streets of Bengaluru to the historic town of Mysuru, homes, temples and public spaces are brightly illuminated, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness and good over evil. The Karnataka government has also emphasized the importance of a green and safe Deepavali. In Bengaluru, iconic buildings like Vidhan Sauda and Raj Bhavan are decorated with vibrant lights, adding a festive glow to the city's landscape. The celebration of Deepavali in Karnataka is more than just a festival. It's a reflection of tradition, unity and joy, bringing communities together in the spirit of harmony and prosperity. This is Ponnumon, Bengaluru for Akashvani News.
In Nepal, the 5-day Tihar festival, also known as Festival of Lights, commenced with Yamapanchak Tihar yesterday. Today, people celebrated Kukur Tihar, worshipping dogs and for appreciating their loyalty and companionship to humans. In many houses, Lakshmi Puja is being observed this evening by worshipping Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, affluence and prosperity, with devotion. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download News on AIR app. In the United States, with less than 1 week remaining until the election day on November the 5th, Democrat Kamala Harris and Republican Donald Trump are in a tight race to win over the undecided voters. Ms. Harris has campaigned in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, while Mr. Trump has also visited Wisconsin. According to the election lab at the University of Florida, more than 57.5 million Americans have already voted at polling stations or by mail, and tens of thousands continue to cast early ballots. There are approximately 244 million registered voters in the country. In the 2020 election, the voter turnout was around 66%. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea test-fired an intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM this morning. The Korean Central News Agency reported that the country's top leader Kim Jong-un oversaw the event and stressed that there won't be any change in its policy of developing nuclear force. A spokesperson for the Ministry of National Defense confirmed the test. The United States, South Korea and Japan also identified the weapon as an ICBM. Typhoon Kongray made landfall in eastern Taiwan today, bringing torrential rain and strong winds. It retained the strength of a Category 4 hurricane with winds exceeding 250 kilometers per hour. The Taiwanese National Fire Agency has reported that at least 27 people were injured, trees were knocked down, and 4 mudslides were recorded even as the typhoon approached. In Bangladesh, police arrested 2 youths in a sedition case filed for allegedly hoisting a saffron flag above Bangladesh's national flag atop Independent Monument in Chattogram last week. Earlier on Wednesday night, a case was lodged naming 19 people, including ISKCON's Chattogram chapter organizing secretary with Kotwali police station in Chittagong. According to media reports, the Sanatan Jagaran Manch organized a massive rally at historic Lal Digi Maidan of Chittagong on October 25, calling for the minority rights and security in Bangladesh. The domestic benchmark indices today extended losses for the second consecutive session. The broader market at Bombay Stock Exchange displayed a mixed trend. Our correspondent reports that the mid-cap index shed over 0.3%, while the small-cap index rose more than 1.5%.
The BSE Sensex declined 553 points to close at 79,389, while the NSE Nifty shed 135 points to settle at 24,205. In the forex market, the rupee today ended flat to close at 84 rupees and 8 paise against the US dollar. Brent crude was trading at $73 per barrel and WTI crude was trading at $69.03 per barrel when the reports last came in. Vaibhav Jyotsna Srivastav for Akashvani News.
The National Stock Exchange NSE and the Bombay Stock Exchange BSE will conduct their annual Diwali Muhurat trading session tomorrow. This special trading session will mark the beginning of the new calendar year, Samvat 2081. According to the NSE notification, the pre-open trading session will commence at 5:45 p.m. and end at 6 p.m., while normal market trading will span between 6 and 7 p.m. In sports, the Indian cricket team led by Rohit Sharma is preparing to defend its honour as it faces New Zealand in the third and final test at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. The match will begin tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. With an 18th series winning streak shattered and a daunting 2-0 series deficit, India now fight to avoid their first ever clean sweep in a home test series. After suffering their first home series defeat in over a decade, India need a victory to stay in the running for a World Test Championship final berth at Lord's in June next year. New Zealand won the first test by 8 wickets at Bengaluru and the second test by 113 runs at Pune. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the country will not compromise even an inch of land at the borders. Celebrates Diwali with armed forces in Kutch of Gujarat. Prime Minister leads the nation on Rashtriya Ekta Divas celebrations at Statue of Unity, urges citizens to embrace spirit of India's unity in diversity. Festival of Lights Diwali being celebrated with great enthusiasm and religious fervor across the country. US presidential candidates Kamala Harris and Donald Trump try to woo the voters ahead of Election Day on November the 5th. And in cricket, India to face New Zealand in third and final test in Mumbai tomorrow. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.